live from the East Lansing Underground. This is 88.9 bringing you The Basement. As always, I'm your host, Liv, tonight.
And I'm Griffin.
And we have a wonderful band in studio called Oliecat. Would you guys introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm James, and I make all the beats and the music.
I'm Alex. I do all the vocals.
All right, wonderful. I cannot wait for people to hear what we've got in studio tonight. So if you want to roll right into our first song.
Sure, let's do it.
It's called Jump Introduction.
Well, we better go right through the book, hadn't we?
For me, what you sow. For me, what you sow.
This for all my Kawasaki prodigies who riding on. I'm flowing with you in the enemies, we hit them with the glider bomb. This the one that roll right before the tiger jaw. Oliecat can twist your brain up, indescribable. It's a miracle, incorporeal, we ethereal. Insubordinate, live and direct out the speakers in your stereo. Jumping out the sky, coming down on Rey Mysterio. Hey, can you spare a dime if I'm reaping what we sow? Then my basket overflow, fool, and you left with nothing. That's some brokenness. Dud, like an ostrich. Ain't afraid to put my hand into the Midas saw. So I'm bleeding gold, just like everything that Midas saw. Or King James, this one going out to Trinidad. About a decade in this game that I've been involved. And it's like every single tape I hit the digivolve. But still I'm running from myself, I Richard Kimball jog. I'm ducking down inside this pit under the pendulum. This fire ain't touching my skin, I feel a bendigo. And if you get within my grip, I'm turning wendigo. You look upon my flesh, you can see the gemstones. And gamma rays that raise your brain into the twilight zone.
Hey, these fundamental elements. Yeah.
See me smoked out, loped out, riding with my roof gone. Pull up to the beach, see me swimming with my shoes on. Burning wood that's too strong, comfort or a goose down. I don't mess with piggies and I've been avoiding who's gal. Oliecat that new sound, type to bring that truth round. Tired to turn away and get spun back, like who now? I remember back when I was in my youth, how we sneak out late at night to spark that wood adventure through town. Hit the liquor store, sipping on a 40-o. 2 bottles of Corona backwoods. Told my shawty, girl, I'm off tonight. Please don't hit me up tonight. If you call my phone, then I'ma say some things you ain't gon' like. That's all my life. So we would step out right in the night. Middle of the road, I pray they hit me, boy, it's in my life.
How this, but I'm chillin' in the Everglades. I'm just trying to smoke a bitty, sip of lemonade. Remember back just being stuck, I couldn't get away. But it's good now because we stay forever.
Hey, what's a fundamental element of getting rich? It's getting to this money till you getting sick of it. I'm sick of this, picturing myself just living fine without no incident. But every single day something come up that wanna mess with it. Yes, I must admit, understanding is just part of my own mental sustenance. To get them bucks, I never bear my essence. think I get the message? Mother Mary, give me blessings. Ali, bless the beat. This for my granddad, may he rest in heaven. Pray my mama that she never stressing, close to how I'm stressing. Swear this world is oppression with no exit. I'm feeling certified, never drop that ball when I catch it past receiving line. Waiting on them easy time. Soon enough it's showing up to relieve the mind. If I could redefine, I do it every time.
How this fuck, I'm chilling in the Everglades. I'm just trying to
Shut up, Pepper J.
sip my lemonade. Remember back just being stuck, I couldn't get away. Forever pay, but it's good now because we stay forever pay.
Tell me what you remember about making that song in particular.
I don't remember anything else. Yeah, he's so prolific. He probably doesn't make so many songs. Get lost in the song. Get your MPC for $9.
Get your MP right for $9.
This is Oliecat, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome to the basement.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Of course, you guys are fire.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Thanks,
cool.
dude.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, first question I want to ask you, because it sounds like from a bit of what we were talking about before we came on air tonight, where are y'all from? It seems like it's a very important part of who Oliecat is, who y'all are as individuals, and
Yeah, it's definitely a Midwest thing. I mean, I grew up in a small town called St. John's, and me and Alex met through some high school friends. But yeah, it's a big part of what we do, just being in the Midwest. A lot of the influences are from the Midwest. You know, like a lot of the songs you're gonna hear tonight, the samples are Motown samples, and we try to keep it that way. I love living in this area, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Mason originally, and like, there's not, a whole lot to do around there, so kind of just started messing around making music and stuff. Trying to just make sense of the world, I guess.
And will you please introduce yourselves to the people listening?
Oh yeah, I'm Alex, aka Ali. I do the vocals.
And yeah, my name's James, but my music is under the name Ollie North. So yeah, and then Oliecat together.
So Ollie North and Oliecat.
That's right. Yep.
I used to be Alley Cat. I kind of grew out of it. Ollie Cat as a duo.
Ollie.
Yeah.
okay, so this is where it like meets in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. It's real collaborative.
Well, I know you mentioned that you use Motown samples.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I heard a lot of. It sounded like Kenny G. Is a lot of.
Yeah, there's influences there too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's tough. It's like when I'm making it, I'm not thinking about it too much. But if I collect the records, like a lot of the records, they come from record stores either in Grand Rapids, where I'm out of now, or anywhere in Michigan, and I try to keep it that way. So the drums and stuff too. But yeah, it's tough sometimes with influences; they just kind of seep in without you really thinking about it. So, but yeah, no, I like that. I like that as an influence, Kenny G. That might have been a Kenny G. It might have been.
It sounded familiar. I don't know.
Sade
Yeah.
sample, I think.
Yeah, it could have been that too. It might have been both. Might have been Kenny G, Sade mix. I don't know.
So James, you're saying that your process for sampling, you go to record or vinyl stores and get physical art and music, and you intertwine that with your music.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be that way, but that's fun for me. There's a little bit of like, it's like a treasure hunt, but it's also. I'll do whatever. If I got to find stuff online or whatever, that's great too. But it's real great. There's like there's an inspiration that comes with picking stuff up from the store or the record store, and then that makes me want to get right on the machine and make stuff. So yeah, a lot of it comes from that.
It's a very tangible discovery. Like you found that record. It's probably out of someone's old basement and it's made its way there.
That's right. Yep.
And you get to rediscover it and kind of breathe this new life into it. It's really cool.
That's right.
What, when you're listening to the records, jumps out about a certain song or a certain run or something that makes you think, oh, I gotta sample this. I gotta play with this a bit.
it's a couple things. I try to stay open when I'm listening to stuff right away. So could be drums, or it could be a melody or texture a lot of the time. And I try to challenge myself, and like you kind of have to keep it fun. The process doesn't change a whole lot of the time, so that's why it's important that the source material is interesting. So that's a big part of it.
And by texture, do you mean the, those pops and grainy sounds from like
all that stuff? Whether it's like, if they're real loud pops, then there's a rhythm sometimes. It's anything. So it's like, it's just really, really trying to pay attention. Sometimes you might have to close your eyes even. So, and then you really find something nice and loop it up, and then make a bunch of those in a day, send them to him, and then I'm always excited to see what he sends back. Yeah,
actually, you were saying you put out music like on a weekly basis?
I try to, yeah. I mean, it's a weird thing where, especially if I go buy records, I'm usually buying quite a bit. I try to go for quantity and just find stuff I've never seen before, and then once I start with one, if I like one, then it makes me want to make another. Maybe if I don't like the one I made, that makes me upset. So then I have to, I go back and I'm say, okay, let me try this again. So, yeah.
That's huge. It's really impressive.
That's so special. Allie, do you prefer to be called Ollie, or are you just Allie individually?
I'm just Alex. You can call me Allie, Alex, it's whatever.
Okay, well,
it's always still so surreal to me when people like meet me through the internet and they come up to me and they're like, "Oh my God, you're Allie." I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, but Alex is fine.
Alex?
Yeah, Alex. Is
okay,
straight,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, so I mean, do you have any influence in this process when James is creating the music?
Not normally. I think, I mean, when we were working on the first tape together, we kind of went back and forth and were like, what are some more like conceptual things that we would want to have in it? Or like what kind of, like, we're both like big film people. So we like, we're like, what kind of like movies could we evoke through this or whatever, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But usually, yeah, it's like, I just get stuff from him and then I kind of do my own thing on it, and then it just kind of melts together.
Yeah, speaking of film, you released a single recently this year. Is that, how do you pronounce it? It starts with a H.
Hyacinth
yeah,
bouquet.
Yeah, and I literally wrote down it. You had some Western cinema, Wild West cinema atmosphere, within that song. Is there a certain film that influenced you while creating this?
I actually named that after there's an old show on BBC called Keeping Up Appearances with like this lady called Hyacinth Bucket, and she tries to act like way richer than she is, so she insists everybody calls her Bouquet. So not really any like Wild West influence on it. I don't know. He had just sent the beat up, and it literally was just called One for Allie, and I kind of just got a cowboy vibe from it. I was like, okay, I see some like Red Dead type stuff on it.
Yeah, it all seeps in. I mean, we're probably constantly like watching things or listening to things, and then like sometimes it's like it's tough to keep all that stuff in your head, so putting it on something like this is great, especially when you got somebody else to work with, so you can see what they bring to it, and then it gets really like there's a lot of dimensions to it, and yeah, it's a big part of it. Film, that's a good point. Film is a big part of it. Yeah.
Which, by the way, my roommates wanted me to mention to you guys that I played that song for them, and we danced in our kitchen to it. So
oh, thanks.
It's me relaying that.
Perfect. That's what we want.
That's what
yes.
It's for.
Yes. Kitchen dancing. 100%.
Well, it's also, I just find something about your process that's so fascinating is the kind of release that you both have to have of like, okay, I made this thing, now I'm letting it go. You do what you want. Or like, you have complete control of this beat. I'm going to get it. I'm going to work around whatever you made. Like, I think that's a pretty unique creative relationship.
Yeah, you can get really stuck focusing on something too much. So like a lot of it's, stuff that I send him, I haven't listened back more than once. A lot of the times I make it and then I don't hear it again until he sends it back. That's like, there's something real nice about that. I don't know how to explain it, but it's important to the process for me.
So once you create something, you leave it at that. You don't go back and touch it at all.
Yeah, I'm afraid to. Like I don't, I'm critical already. Just being an artist in general, like it's like whatever you make, it's really a part of you if you're really trying. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just like I make it and I give it to him, and then he adds something to it that makes it interesting to listen to again. He makes it so I can listen to it a second time
without that like purely like critical lens that you might have for just your own work.
That's right.
So
yeah.
So you're not you are you saying you are a perfectionist, but you ignore that?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I don't want to. Yeah, nothing would come out, if
Yeah.
I really was gonna re-listen to stuff, When I
Spend,
put
like,
when I
hours and hours on it,
yeah,
yeah.
and when I export stuff, it's one file, I don't ever try to mix it again, and I do that on purpose so I don't give myself the option.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it works for me.
Do you ever listen back to stuff or listen to stuff that Alex sends you back and you're like, dang,
Yes.
I made that?
Yes, well, that's the thing is he'll make it. Yeah, he adds a different complexity to it. You got the drums and the samples, and then sometimes his it's another rhythm in a way, and he brings something new to it. So it's a real addictive process.
Mm-hmm. On these next few songs that we've got here, what were the biggest influences that went into those few songs?
What do you think, Alex? We have Windmill Island coming up next, and then CSS.
I mean, Windmill Island is definitely about like One Piece. CSS kind of, that's just kind of. I don't know how much I can say about that one. Like,
Yeah, you'll
that's
understand
kind
when
of
you hear it, yeah.
That's kind of it's about a certain thing. But yeah, Windmill Island definitely One Piece. I don't know. I really like that pitch drop thing that Tyler the Creator was doing like early in the like 2010s and stuff. I feel like him and A$AP Rocky were doing that on a lot of stuff, and it doesn't show up as much. So like on the studio version of this, I mess with like pitch drop stuff. I don't know, just to play around with sounds. I don't know.
Texture.
Yeah, it goes back to that, I guess.
That's right.
All right. Well, I'm excited to hear the playfulness and the different elements you're talking about bringing
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, hold up. One more time.
From cerulean water, I rise up like a titan. This kind of thing is once in a life priceless. If there was any doubt of the status of I as the highness, I rid it from your mind and then attack and leave them silenced. I'm fulfilling every set requirement, and none of y'all could ever retire me. I got the gas for any amount of mileage. I put them to pasture grasslands and the Rainbow Bridge. When I go up, I hope I get the halo and danger wings. But I'm a sucker from the jump, ain't no way I'm gon' win. So sucker punch like I was Baby Doll, I hit him in the chin and get the pin then. I swear I left the real world like the Miz did. And now I spend my days gazing to the distance. Far off horizons all obscured through the mist. And when my ship depart, I won't return to this inlet. CSS. Certified Smoker Section. I said, yeah, we certified to only blow that skunkness. If I can't hit that pack, I can barely function. Homegrown medical, I bought it off a goblin. Like some Isengard, Uruk-hai, we been mobbing. Fingers rubbing down the leaf like it's shiatsu. Soon enough, I know that green will have me coughing. What's up? Swang around the corner like a nunchuck, and we still blowing smoke, look like honey mustard. Brothers of destruction with the hellfire and brimstone. Once you in the coffin, we will get gone. 3 in the morning, smoking screw tape all in the deck. Oliecat, we burned the whole show and then jet. And it's like that, y'all. Think I got the munchie where the mice say, y'all. And it's like that, y'all. I know that the lava man will pick up if I call. It's just like that, y'all.